Yes, Jamaica is indeed sweet, so let's continue to eat what we grow and grow what we eat. Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. On today's show, we'll be giving some shine to the Eat Jamaican campaign. We're also shining a light on an important part of our population, our youth. The magazine unfolds right now with a word of advice, followed by the news.
The JIS Heritage Essay Competition is here again. If you're a primary or preparatory school student aged 9 to 12, you may enter. Write an essay on the topic, A Day in the Life of My Favorite National Hero. Ensure your essay is 400 to 500 words. Include a title page and list of references, with JIS being one of the sources. And submit the essay using the application form on the JIS website, jis.gov.jm. Deadline is Saturday, November 7, 2015. So start writing your essay today. For more information, contact the Jamaica Information Service at 926-374-026, extension 2137 or 2023, or email heritageessay@jis.gov.jm.
Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your JIS News for Monday, November 2. Public sector workers are to receive outstanding money from a health sector modernization exercise this month and in January 2016. That's one of the claims agreed to by nurses and the government at the signing of a wage contract for the 2015-2017 period. Nurses will also be receiving several other benefits, including 20 acres of land for housing, scholarships for training and education, a bus, and increases in uniform allowances. Like other public sector workers, the nurses will receive a 7% increase in salaries over the contract period, with 4% in year 1 and 3% in year 2. At Friday's signing, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips thanked the nurses for their understanding and acceptance of the wage agreement despite the challenges they face.
We appreciate the human sacrifice that our nurses give daily in order to provide world-class service to the nation, and therefore regret that we are not able to afford to give all that is being requested and that you so truly deserve.
As the resources available increase, we are committed to share that increase with the public sector workers of Jamaica. And we will pay what we can. And when we say we can, it is the truth. And when we say we can't, it is the truth.
Government has partnered with the private sector to deliver a green housing development in St. Catherine. Ground was broken for the Green Village housing development on the weekend. It's being developed by Green Village Country Club Development Limited with funding support from the National Housing Trust. The scheme will deliver 114 mixed housing units, including 48 two-bedroom single-family homes, 24 two-bedroom apartments, and 42 studio apartments. The gated community will also offer amenities such as a clubhouse, common swimming pool, playground, barbecue area, and 24-hour security. During the groundbreaking and tour of the model unit, Housing Minister Dr. Maurice Guy said he was particularly pleased that the development's sustainable green features were in line with government's goal for the use of more renewable energy sources.
The fact that we are utilizing this technology in terms of the type of concrete that is being used, 1, 2, the fact that we are going to be recycling our water, 3, utilizing that for watering the green areas, as well as having the possibility of expansion and utilizing photovoltaics to generate energy, and also having street lights powered by solar power is a plus. This is what we need in this country.
Work on phase 1 of the development begins this week with the clearing of the land. Even as he welcomed this project, Minister Guy challenged Green Village and other private sector developers to explore more lower-income housing developments to meet that national demand. The Anoto Bay Hospital in St. Mary is expected to save $1.8 million on its annual electricity bills following the recent installation of energy-efficient air conditioning units. The new units were installed in the hospital's operating theatre suites and its accident and emergency ward. The work was carried out by the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica at a cost of $12 million. It's part of the government's Energy Efficiency and Conservation Program, which is designed to reduce the public sector energy bill.
Under the program, we are spending, listen to this, $20 million over 4 years to yield savings of 3.2 billion Jamaican dollars.
Over the last 10 years, the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica has invested approximately $163 million on energy efficiency projects at hospitals, clinics, and health centers across the island. Government will be expanding its capacity development program with the training of at least 500 public procurement officers over the next 3 years. Senior procurement analyst in the Finance and Planning Ministry, Melissa McGee, told a recent GIS think tank that this would build on the training of 400 government procurement practitioners that took place over the past year. They are being trained and certified as part of a thrust to streamline and transform the public procurement system. Senior Director in the Procurement and Asset Policy Unit, Cecile Maraj, says the plan is to develop a sustained program of training that will enable a new way of thinking regarding public procurement.
It requires an analytical thinking. It requires market research. So we have to have persons undertaking this function who understands that public procurement is in fact a profession and it should be treated as such.
The program is expected to be implemented by the third quarter of the 2016-2017 financial year. And finally, 30 residents of Cambridge and surrounding areas in southern St. James have been trained and certified as fire wardens. The community volunteers successfully completed a course in the proper management of fires and will serve as the first line of defense against any occurrence of fire until firefighters arrive on the scene. Senior Deputy Superintendent of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Emilia Ebanks, says the program should help the new fire wardens build a culture of fire safety in their respective areas.
What this kind of program does for you is that it gives you a first-hand knowledge. It equips you with the knowledge to be able to assist yourself should the need arise.
The training is conducted by the Jamaica Fire Brigade under the Fire Safety Awareness Project, which aims to train and certify citizens from 5 communities in St. James. The project is funded by the Spanish Jamaica Foundation, which has also made donations of fire safety equipment. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thanks for watching.
The JIS Heritage Poster Competition is here again. If you are an artistic teenager, the JIS Heritage Poster Competition is just for you. All registered secondary school students are eligible to enter. All you have to do is this: complete the entry form on the JIS website, jis.gov.jm. Then create a poster using images provided in the picture resources on the JIS website. And the topic: a moment in the life of a Jamaican national hero. Ensure that your poster is no larger than 11 inches by 17 inches and keep a copy of your poster. Posters will be judged on interpretation of the topic, originality, and presentation. Now for the submission details. Upload computer-designed posters using a cloud storage service such as Dropbox, SkyDrive, or Google Drive. Mail or drop off illustrated posters at the JIS head office or Montego Bay office. Deadline for submission is Saturday, November 7, 2015. So come on, unleash your creativity and win lots of prizes. For more information, contact the Jamaica Information Service at 926-374-026, extension 2137-2023, or email heritageposter@jis.gov.jm.
Prime Minister Portia Simsimila last week expressed deepest sympathies to the families who lost babies at 2 of the island's hospitals. She also urged the Ministry of Health to ensure that such an incident did not recur. That plus other stories in Jamaica House Weekly next.
Prime Minister sends sympathies to families of dead babies. Government signs wage agreement with nurses, and Jamaicans urged to protect the Blue and John Crow Mountains. With Jamaica House Weekly, I'm Lorraine Mendez. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller last Tuesday expressed sadness at an infection outbreak at 2 health facilities, which led to the death of 19 newborn babies.
I want to extend sympathies to members of the family, and I hope that the Ministry of Health and the minister will look at the present system and to see what needs to be done, that what happened will never ever happen again.
While speaking in Parliament, Mrs. Simpson Miller said our children are our future and that we have a responsibility to safeguard them.
Thank you all very much for your understanding, despite the challenges we all face and the challenges you face.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller lauding public sector nurses for their ongoing support of the government's economic reform program. On Friday, she signed a wage agreement with the Nurses Association of Jamaica for the 2015 to 2017 contract period. Under the new agreement, nurses will receive a 7% wage increase, with 4% in year 1 and 3% in year 2. Outstanding pay from a health sector reclassification exercise will also be paid over to the nurses in November 2015 and January 2016. The nurses also received 20 acres of land, scholarships, and increases in uniform and other allowances.
We appreciate the human sacrifice that our nurses give daily in order to provide world-class service to the nation, and therefore regret that we are not able to afford to give all that is being requested and that you so truly deserve.
On Wednesday, Mrs. Simpson Miller toured the North-South Highway project and expressed satisfaction that it was 80% complete. Prime Minister Simpson Miller was also impressed with the number of Jamaicans who are employed to carry out the work.
I'm extremely pleased that the majority of workers are Jamaican workers, and I've seen some work that have been done by the Jamaicans that I'm sure it's new skills being passed on to our people by the Chinese, and I think that is also very impressive.
The conservation and preservation of the Blue and John Crow Mountains range was also on Prime Minister Simpson Miller's agenda this past week. On Friday, she dispatched Culture Minister Lisa Hanna to Moortown, Portland, to officially launch the area as a World Heritage Site.
We each have a part to play in ensuring that the integrity of the World Heritage Site is never compromised. Everyone must understand that there can be no lighting of fires in and around the property, no littering, no cutting down of trees, no hunting or farming of endemic species, and every effort must be made to safeguard the cultural values of the Windward Maroons.
The minister with responsibility for information was also kept busy this past week. On Monday, Minister Sandria Faulkner facilitated a press conference by the Ministry of Health to update the nation on action being taken following the deaths of 19 newborn babies at 2 of the island's hospitals. At the weekly Jamaica House press briefing Wednesday, Senator Faulkner welcomed Justice Minister Senator Mark Golding, who spoke on developments regarding the Caribbean Court of Justice becoming the island's final appellate court. Minister Faulkner also gave updates on cabinet deliberations. On Thursday, Senator Sandria Faulkner lauded government's energy efficiency and conservation program for the marked reduction in electricity cost within the public sector.
What this ambitious and far-reaching energy efficiency conservation program does is to show the way. It provides a blueprint as to how energy efficiency is done and what it looks like.
The Jamaica Information Service is among the state entities which have benefited from the program with $4.6 million in electricity savings. Overall saving from the 40 public sector offices included in the program stands at some $80 million. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller was present at a farewell reception for the outgoing Chinese ambassador to Jamaica.
I want to thank you for being an excellent ambassador, for the work you have done to strengthen the ties between Jamaica and China. You will be greatly missed.
Mrs. Simpson Miller also welcomed Ambassador Dong to Jamaica House before his departure from the island. The Prime Minister was also in courtesy calls with other visitors to Jamaica House. On Tuesday, she met with former Mayor of London, Rudyard Daley. By Thursday, she greeted a delegation from shipping company Gulfray Americas International. Prime Minister Simpson Miller also led a meeting of the National Road Safety Council. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Do join us again next time for the latest stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
Don't make diseases spread. Wash your hands with soap and water instead. Wash them regular or use a hand sanitizer. Make sure the germs them dead. Touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose. Wash your hands before you do things like those. After you use the bathroom before preparing food, come on, wash your hand them clean.
It's been 11 months.
7 years. 12 years.
Since I became the most important person in the world.
It's a big responsibility for know, say, her future is in our hands.
I have to tell him and show him that he is my number one.
I want to prepare them for life's journey. So as them grow, them know the difference between right and wrong.
I gotta make sure some keep him out of bad company. Cause if I don't raise him right, the streets are gonna raise him. I feel, she feel.
If me stumble, him fall.
Knowing I'm responsible for their future and they're responsible for Jamaica's future.
So I won't give up or allow her to quit. I'm gonna make sure I'm safe on the straight and narrow.
Me prefer to tell them no now than watch them regret it later.
Because to the world, I'm just another person. But to my child, I'm the whole wide world.
Earlier in the year, Youth Minister Lisa Hanna outlined initiatives to keep young people connected. See how.
Send us your love, oh child, your mercy. Where jungle set up shop, Boxfield set up shop, Ballroom set up shop.
This year, we're spending $344.6 million on youth programs, and we have even bolstered them even more on top of the ones that we have there to impact about 15,000 young people.
Man a juggle peanut, man a juggle Yanzi, couple mesh marina, couple baby onesie, man a run a taxi, even if a battery. If you want to leave it up just like you win the lottery. Uno fi set up shop, choose land set up shop, plain land set up shop, Spain man set up, slide pen set up shop, Grand Spain set up shop.
We have tasked the NYS to work closer to the members of parliament, to come to you personally and design training programs with you, because I know you have different cadres that our programs can help you with, and to see how we can also utilize our resources along with yours to push better programs, to give you a more individualized personal attention and touch. We're giving scholarships to 6 graduates of the Edna Manley College to spend the day and do artistic work in the life of a person with a disability, particularly a young person. There's a program between CPTC and NYS to identify 31 youth across the island to be trained in media production over a 6-month period. It's a paid internship program. This reintegration program, Mr. Speaker, will be a multi-sectoral approach, and it will address issues in this group. We're hoping to reduce crime, we're hoping to reduce delinquent behaviors in secondary school, and we're hoping to increase self-acceptance. Today we table the youth policy, and we expect this to galvanize the focus of the country on the importance of youth development to secure the nation's future. This should be the mandate of us all, to get our youth connected, to get our youth satisfied, to get our children protected. Let us keep connected, and let us also keep our young people connected.
Set up shop, New York set up shop, Boston set up shop, Washington set up, London set up shop, Canada set up shop.
Life is all about making decisions, choosing from a number of options to do a particular thing, which may result in a specific outcome.
It can be difficult, but there are 4 things you can do to help make that decision.
Stop.
Check out what's happening and remind yourself to think before acting.
Think.
Make sure you're aware of the choices, all the advantages and disadvantages. Then think about the consequences.
Act.
choose the best option and do something about it.
Review. Finally, review what you have done and determine if it was good or bad. That way, you'll be in a better position to make the next decision, whether big or simple.
Finger-licking jerk chicken, Helcher fish and bami, will run down yam and banana, roast breadfruit, sweet potato pudding. Jamaica food sweet. So let's make a pledge to use more local produce and less foreign goods. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow.
It's not only Youth Month, it's also Eat Jamaican Month. So what better way to highlight the two observances than with this next feature?
Seeking a career in agriculture? Well, there are several options. Truth is, there are so many areas that one can be involved in than just farming the soil and rearing animals. And as the government continues to establish and maintain initiatives to ensure a steady inflow of young talent in the sector, we highlight Mahalia Gordon, whose passion is linked to the soil.
This is my product. This is a natural seasoning and it is called Everybody's Natural Blend. It has a blend of ingredients such as escallion, garlic, thyme, ginger, pimento, pepper, garlic, and it is preserved with natural ingredients such as vinegar and salt, and it has a shelf life of a year.
In supporting our farmers, Mahalia uses locally grown produce to make this authentic Jamaican product.
I will show you how I prepare Everybody's Natural Blend. First, I would get the produce. Secondly, I would prepare them by washing, cleaning them up, and then chopping them up. So now we're adding the onions to everything, but this is not everything in the bowl, but because of time today I won't do all of that. So I would show you now the pureed form, which is this, after which I would butter. Then we seal the bottle and then add our label, and then the product Everybody's Natural Blend is ready for the market.
Mahalia chose to tap into the agro-processing market because of her love for food preparation. Already, her condiments and sauces have been tested and approved by the Scientific Research Council SRC.
I found myself loving to cook and basically trying out new stuff, experimenting on foods and different things. So the conceptions all started when I was home and I had meat to prepare. So I wasn't really in the mood to cut up and dice the scallion, the garlic and all of those. So I just decided to do a blend, just blend everything together and just do one blend. And this is a very convenient way for householders, housewives and others to, you know, get one blend in a bottle and just use it to season your meat, your fish or your poultry, just like that.
Although she's very business-minded and eager to put Everybody's Natural Blend on the local and international markets, Mahalia finds time to be a normal teenager.
Judy, forward now. And stop going like you're cute. Consider right this, so I'm going to so joy. Mahalia, she's a crazy person. When I say crazy, I mean like, she always giving me jokes. Really and truly, I tend to be in my book at times, but then again, I have to enjoy myself, well, I'm a fun-loving person, down to earth, like to listen to music, reading, like to socialize with my peers.
Also a foodie, Mahalia is thinking of furthering her education at the University of Technology Jamaica UTech or at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education CASE. Her interest is to explore her creativity in the food industry by creating new products and services. Either of the two institutions will certainly provide the guidance necessary for her to exploit her budding business.
A few years from now, I see myself as a big entrepreneur. I'm planning to branch off into hot and spicy. Some persons don't like pepper, so I am thinking of doing non-peppery, and also try to include other ingredients that are unique. For example, basil and those kind of herbs.
Big dreams being facilitated through agriculture. This expansion means Jamaican farmers will have to grow more so that more local produce will be used in authentic sauces like Mahalas and others, and in doing so, we buy Jamaican and build Jamaica. Young people continuing the growth of the agriculture sector into the future.
The Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH offers a wide range of benefits for students. Children on PATH are among the top achievers in the GSAT and CSEC examinations each year.
It gives me a sense of stability and it takes some stress off my parents, because even though they're working and money might not be enough, it helps them to send me to school.
If your family is struggling, PATH might be the option for you. Just take your birth certificate and valid identification to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security office in your parish. For further information, visit the Minister's website at www.mlss.gov.jm or call 1-888-991-PATH. That is 1-888-991-7284.
And that's how we end the magazine program, but only for today. The show returns tomorrow around about the same time on this station. While we have a set time on TV, we're always available online, so click onto our website for this and other shows. We also maintain a strong social media presence. Plus, we have a mobile app that you can download from the Google Play Store. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and this has been Jamaica Magazine. See you next time.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.